Hi, Original Soul. Welcome into this new moon in Scorpio reading. So let's jump into some cards right away and see what energy wants to come out for this new moon, which is at the very tail end of Scorpio season. Let's just see what we've got here. You know, during the kind of collective Scorpio season reading, this night and day difference energy came out. So I don't know if you've experienced anything like that at all throughout this season, but let's see what we get for the new moon. And I hope you're doing really, really well. All right. All right. Overlying energy out of Moonology for new moon in Scorpio. Let's see what we get. I feel like something with Aries just wanted to pop out, but we'll see here. Give it a couple more shuffles. All right, we'll do one more if none of them want to volunteer. All right, cutting the deck with a personal issue reaches resolution. All right. Hold your vision, fixed moon. All right, so what might this mean for you? We'll get some more cards out here to get a little more clarification. A lot of beautiful purple on this card, so that has to do with your intuition, even your dream space. So holding your vision, not letting go of your dreams, right? Not letting kind of the external set limitations for you. All right, I like that. All right, we'll get two here out of, what is this? Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle deck. You may be experiencing a lot of challenges just with the kind of mountainscape that is shown on this card. And I don't know, you may even see progress. You know, new moon is when you've got sort of that sliver of the moon. You can barely see it. Right, this is either first quarter or third quarter moon where it looks like a half on the hold your vision card. So maybe you'll be seeing some sort of progress in just 1 to kind of 3 weeks after the new moon. All right, we got meditate out. So again, that goes right along with that purple color, your third eye center. So definitely taking out some time to go in stillness, to go within. Right, like I was just saying, not letting the external set limitations for you. So really trusting yourself, going within, a lot of third eye energy coming out, and then faith is also out. So, I mean, that goes right along as well with hold your vision. With that really big, beautiful crow on that card. Could even have an ancestor or some sort of guide that you're connected to that's really helping you through this time, maybe whether you're aware of it or not. And so maybe that is something that you can do while you meditate to connect a little bit more. All right, let's add some tarot to this and see what we get here. That was a little bit messy, so maybe things have been a little bit messy or chaotic, or like I said, challenging. But staying the course, having your faith, and finding that trust even through adversity and challenge. All right, let's see. Oh wow, we've got 3 major arcana that wanted to come out here. The moon, which is what we're doing this reading around, the hermit, and the death card. All right, so the moon, that is things coming up to the surface. So whether that's information, could be feelings, could be a person, could even be your shadow side. And that's really letting things be illuminated here. All right, so we've got the reading around the new moon, we've got half or 3/4 moon here, and the new moon, or the full moon, excuse me, on this card. All right, so a lot of different cycles. You could be sort of in a cycle or maybe a pattern, and there's something you're doing to try to kind of exit either that situation or that cycle. All right, so holding strong. And with the Hermit, again, I've repeatedly mentioned things related to third eye and going within and meditating, and the Hermit is exactly that as well, right? And that's where a lot of healing can come in as well, when you're able to sit in a little more stillness, take a little more time. He's also surrounded by those mountains of challenge. And then with the Death card, this is a big transformation or a big shift or change. So I believe I said I was cutting the deck with, right, a resolution is close, or something about a resolution to a situation is coming soon. So this is big shift energy right here with the Death card. Right, look at that big, beautiful white flower blooming there in front of the Angel of Death. All right, let's see. Wow, we got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck as well. So there could be something that's had a little bit of control over you, or it's time for you to take charge or control. So again, that's where holding your vision really comes into play. Yeah, this might have to do with something about your money or your resources. So I don't know if you've been in some sort of argument or battle financially. But yeah, it seems like there's a little bit of maybe clinging or trying to hold on to or keep what's yours. So continue to hold that vision, but don't let yourself stay stuck either, right? Kind of fighting for what is worth it or what matters to you most. Yeah, and then with Nine of Wands, right? He's kind of guarding those other wands, built up this little bit of a wall. This can be about putting up boundaries, or like I just said, maybe you've been going through some sort of fight or battle. Could be over money, could be over energy, maybe it's even over a house or something like that. So I don't know if you've had maybe an issue with another person or your workplace or something like that, where you really feel like you've had to be on guard and stand your ground. But again, that can be really challenging. It can be hard to get into a little bit of softer energy. So that's really where this meditation and faith needs to come in. All right, let's see here. Any other advice for maybe best action other than holding your vision, other than meditating, other than keeping your faith? All right, what would be the best action for you in whatever this situation is? All right, Five of Pentacles. So there could be a little bit of loss or woundedness going on here. But look at how she's consoling him, right? He's like bleeding, right? He's holding that wand in his hand. So maybe, again, he's been through this battle and really been sort of taking some blows here. So yeah, bringing in a little bit more nurturing, not focusing maybe on the sadness and the loss. Like I was just saying, you know, even though this is the Five of Pentacles, you can see kind of the Four of the Pentacles behind there. And that's where we were talking about, you know, what are you holding on to? Maybe it is actually time to release something or let it go if it's not really what's truly important, right? So when you have that vision in your mind of what you want, right, make sure you're putting your time and effort and energy and your action of whether it's defense into the right things. Yeah, and then the Tower out as well. We got a lot of major arcana for not too many cards out right now. Right, so there could be something shocking coming, or you could have sort of this enlightenment or awareness sort of strike you. But that's like a shift towards more harmony, a shift towards a little bit more happiness. Sometimes we need to, right, sort of let that tower fall. Right, the foundation was already unstable. There's already some sort of storm. So if you've been through, again, a situation that's been really stormy or really challenging, right, just directing your energy to what you want most. Maybe not holding on to every little bit, every little piece of it, right? Taking out maybe any sort of greed, if that has anything to do with it. Right? Maybe your family is more important than like the house or the money or something like that. All right. Let's get one or two more here before we close it out. This definitely feels like a really serious situation. Like I said, maybe what happens will shock you. But yeah, with the Star, definitely healing is coming in. And the Hermit is holding the Star inside the lantern there. So with the Star as the outcome, right, whatever this is, it may feel totally chaotic, totally crazy, right? We've got a lot of really intense energy out here, right? Which Scorpio season, not surprised the Death card is showing up there as well. Right? So there may even be some secrets that come up or that you learn about, and maybe that shifts your perspective a little bit. Again, noticing just again what you're holding on to and what you're focusing and making sure it's actually in line with your vision. So not giving up at all, but making sure that what you've been fighting for is actually what you want, right? On a soul level, not an ego level. Maybe making a list of the things that are most important to you, right? And holding that in your third eye space. So yeah, I love that the Star is the outcome here though. Because you may have experienced some amount of loss, or there is something that you may need to sort of release or let go of that maybe you thought you wanted. But again, when this Tower comes in, right, you may have sort of this realization like, that's not really what I wanted at all. And so whatever happens from there ends up really setting you on a better path. Kind of frees you and brings in a healing, and brings you back to a more calm and natural state. All right, what a super interesting reading. I hope you are able to find some time for some stillness. And keep your faith and really check in with your soul space over your ego space, right? To again, make sure what you're holding on to is actually your vision and not just something else for the sake of maybe winning or kind of coming out on top. All right, so really getting in line with what your true vision is, right? So you ultimately can get the healing and kind of the peace and balance that you deserve. Okay. Like I said, super interesting reading. All right, that's what we've got for this new moon in Scorpio. I hope there was something helpful here for you. Feel free to leave me a like or a comment if this resonated with you at all. And until next time, peace.